Today we're talking to St Albans City manager Ian Allinson at Grosvenor Vale, where the Saints have gone down to a 1-0 National League South defeat to league leaders Wealdstone. We were talking before the game, Ian, looking at some stats from last season and the way results were panning out. We could have had a 0-0 draw today if all gone to plan. You said before the game you'd have been happy with that. And my goodness, the pressure we put on them in that last 20 minutes, we could have got that point.
Yeah, we could have got a 1-1 draw, as I say. We just it was a shame really, because they got in a couple of times, but it was a poor goal we gave away. It was one real lapse of concentration, and there was only a minute, to put on at half time, and we'd sort of weathered that. And as I say, it was just people doing their jobs properly and defending correctly, and we didn't do it, and we got undone. And then, the second half, we've had a real go, and we got in 2 or 3 really good positions. Maybe our final pass or our final decision wasn't as sharp as what theirs was for their goal, and that was probably the difference between the two sides. They had a couple of chances, I think, pullbacks where they've ballooned one over the bar and hit the crossbar, but we've had 2 or 3 really good chances in that last 20 minutes, and as you say, we could have quite easily have taken a point away from today.
Wealdstone love to keep the ball, they love to pass it around, and for 70 minutes we didn't see an awful lot of it, but they didn't create too many clear chances in that time.
No, I felt comfortable. This is what I'm saying. If everyone did their job fine, then we'd be okay. And when we get the ball, I still think we've got this tendency to give the ball back to them very quickly, and we were screaming from the sidelines again just to try and get us to keep the ball, and we only really did that when we brought David Noble on. And Scotty Shorten and him got a really good partnership going. We put the additional body up front, which started to cause them problems, and we got in some really good chances and some good opportunities. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite good enough in the end to get something out of the game, which is a shame, because this is our 4th game in 10 games, and we've had to dig really deep today. That first half was tough going up the slope. As you say, they kept the ball for fun, and it was hard work. But once we made the changes on the half-hour mark, I felt we grew into the game really well, and quite easily have got something out of the game.
You could see the confidence that wasn't there just a few games ago.
Without a shadow of doubt, that's why we just said there. We've got to take the positives from today's defeat. Is that for me, for long periods today, that's the best we've played in them 5 games, and so we've got to take the positives. We've got to believe in what we're trying to do. Yes, we need more goals. We know we can't keep keeping clean sheets, but we've had 2 or 3 really good chances today to get something out of the game, and just to say, it's just a bit unfortunate because we've been undone by that one lapse of concentration, and we've not been good enough to take the chances we've got in the last couple of minutes.
Can you see Wealdstone going the distance? Because they certainly looked a bit nervy in that last 20 minutes.
And it's wrong for me to say whether they can or not. That's down to their management team. They've done a fantastic job to date to be where they are. There's some big clubs in and around them. So that'll be a tough test for them and for the clubs around them going into the last half of the season. So that's for them to worry about. All I can worry about is where we are in the table. We've dropped down a place again today. So we mustn't get back into that system of where we're in the lower regions of the league. We showed last week with 2 wins how quickly you can make the gap up and how quickly you can climb the table. So the reverse today is a blow, but we've got to get back on winning games and picking points up now for the rest of the season, and whether it be 1 point, 3 points, whatever, we've just got to keep picking them up, and 1 point today would have been great. Unfortunately we haven't, and then that's where we're going to be for the rest of this season. It's every point we pick up is going to be a bonus.
You talk about us being a bit leg weary today. That gives you a bit to think about for the team for Wednesday?
Yeah, I think we have to look at it from that side of it. I mean, obviously Zane Banton's had a bit of a problem with his back and things like that, which is causing a problem down his legs. So hopefully he'll be fit for Wednesday. But again, we've got some fresh legs there. We might have to just freshen it up. I thought Solomon looked a little bit leggy today, and I felt 1 or 2 other players felt a little bit slow in what we did, and maybe that was just a test of 4 games in 10 days, and some players have played every single minute of it. So could we have freshened it up today? Yes, we could have done, but I felt we've been playing well with the system that's been working for us. And again today, for periods, and even in the first half, we kept the ball well, and we got up the pitch and we caused a couple of problems for them. But as I say, first half I felt we give the ball away too quick, too often, which was always on the back foot. But the second half, when we took the game to them and we retained possession of the ball a lot better, got in some great positions, we just wasn't quite good enough to take something out of the game.
Looking forward to New Year's Day. We learnt quite a bit about Hemel Hempstead Town on Boxing Day when we played them and beat them. They got a draw today. Their form's not great at the moment, but they're going to want to prove something on their own patch against
without
us.
a shadow of doubt, David, and they've got some really good players, so, you know, and that's, again, local bragging rights, so we know we've got to go there and we've got to defend for our lives, because they do create chances, as we've seen on Boxing Day. They could have been 3 or 4 up by the time we got into the game, and, you know, they're the things that I'm working hard on at the moment. Things that I spoke to the players about before today is that we're not starting games particularly well. We've got to start a lot sharper than what we've done, and we've got to realise we're in a game of football from 3 o'clock and not from 20 past 3. And today, that, you know, we started quite slow again, and the confidence really didn't kick in until probably the last half an hour. And then once we did that, I felt we played some lovely football, got in some really good areas. And again on Wednesday, it'll be exactly the same. You know, if we give them an opportunity early on and they take it, it's going to be a hard game. But if we can get in front and let teams come at us, and then we can keep the ball a little bit better, pass it better. And the difference is today we haven't taken them chances that we took on Wednesday, and we've probably had better chances today. You know, we haven't scored 2 unbelievable goals like we did there, but we can't keep scoring unbelievable goals. We've got to score some scruffy goals, and today we've had 2 or 3 really good opportunities there to score scruffy goals.
We had decent support here today. One would imagine we'll have even more at Hemel on Wednesday.
Hopefully so. As I say, you know, I think we're giving them some excitement. You know, they were brilliant after the game in terms of the way they clapped the players off. I think they see that the players have put a tremendous amount of effort in over the last 5 or 6 weeks. I think that shows in the performances, and obviously shows in the amount of points we've picked up. But we needed every single member of the crowd to get behind us, because we do need it. You know, I'm under no illusions. I keep telling you, this is not an easy second half of the season. This is going to be tough. You know, there are going to be some bumps in the road, and we've got to ride over those bumps and make sure we come clean on the other side of it. And the only way we're going to do that is be brave, be bright, try and win games of football, and try and take opportunities. And what you mustn't do is give the opposition an opportunity by lacks of concentration, and that's what we did today. We haven't done it in the last couple of games, or we have done it and we haven't been punished, where today we got punished.
Lovely, thanks so much, Ian. I think we'll cut it there because it's getting a bit dark. Maybe not quite as dark as it was at Weymouth. So Saints next in action on New Year's Day. That's away to Hemel Hempstead Town. Kick-off at Vauxhall Road in National League South is at 3 p.m.